happening? What's happening? We're back again. It's your boy Buddy Rowe. Buddy Rowe, Truck Drop Sports. Today we're gonna talk about these Georgia Bulldogs. The win over Auburn was great. The defense looked tremendous. You had a few offensive lapses. For the most part, man, it was a dominant performance. They completely dominated the line of scrimmage. Dominated. They consistently got pressure on Bo Nix, flushing him out of the pocket. And he was able to make some miraculous throws out of that, but for the most part, they had him contained. Campbell completely shut Williams down, and they made Schwartz really a non-factor. They actually caught him and really, he's just a sprinter, man. He got hit so hard in the game, man, he really didn't want to play football no more after that. I will say that Auburn has a stud running back on their hand in Tank Bigsby. They got one. Tank Bigsby gonna be a monster. LaGrange, Truth County, y'all stand up on that. Wow, woo, woo. Truth County, home bad. Oh, bro, your boy bad. It was seven situations where Auburn should have been. He should have got stopped for losses 12 yards behind the line of scrimmage and still was able to make plays. He wasn't able to break open, but that just goes to the speed of Georgia defense. Georgia linebacker, I hope I'm saying his name right, Ojulari, Ojulari, I think his name is, number 13. Oh, he's gonna be a monster. He's a monster. And big number 99. Big number 99 down there, Davis, in the middle of that defense. You just can't move him. Everyone who plays the University of Georgia is gonna have a problem with Georgia's pass rush if they don't have a mobile quarterback. There will be no pocket quarterbacks able to he won't be able to sit back there and sustain drive with this defense. They got too many playmakers in too many different positions. The nickelback web is a hell of a ball player. You have Lewis Singh and LeCount at safety playing lights out. You got Tyson Campbell on the other side playing lights out. You got Eric Stokes playing lights out. Now against Arkansas, they had a busted coverage too. But I mean, that's understandable. The first game of the season, and not having any film on Arkansas to understand what it was that they were going to run with it just being a surprise out there the first game of the season, they had no idea what they were running into in Arkansas. The thought process may have been that Arkansas was just going to try to run line up and run the ball on them and just ram the ball down their throats because of the offensive line coach becoming the offensive line coach from Georgia becoming the head coach at Arkansas. And with Arkansas coming back and beating Mississippi State last week, that win looks a whole lot better even through the struggle. Mississippi State, the same team that put up huge numbers on LSU. And though I know LSU lost a lot in the draft and they lost a few players that like Jamar Chase who decided to opt out, I still think that LSU is a top tier team, as they showed last week. I mean, but of course they weren't playing. They were playing Vandy, but we'll see where they go. You know, what happens against better competition after this point. But it's still LSU. They still have top tier talent, and they still have one of the best recruiting classes in the nation. And they have one of the best coaching staffs in the nation. I do understand that they lost Joe Brady to Carolina and everything. So, I mean, the offense may have come up a little different. It may show up. It's going to show up a little different because the actual play calling, you have to get in the rhythm of play calling. You have to get in the rhythm with it. And with Joe Brady's experience with New Orleans, I'm pretty sure he had a lot more experience. He had a lot. It was a lot easier for him to get into a rhythm of playing, calling plays, and with a player like Joe Burrow there, pulled the trigger, a senior who had experience at Ohio State. He had experience previously with LSU. So, I mean, and he had developed himself into a top tier player. So it's a little different for that, but it's still a great win for Mississippi State. And Arkansas went in there and took it to them. So, and they won that game. Something LSU couldn't do with less talent. So, you got to give Arkansas their credit, which in turn also means you have to give Georgia the credit for beating Arkansas. But with Sam Pittman being there, I mean, you just didn't know what was going to happen with Arkansas when they played Georgia. Now you know, got an idea of what to expect. And the fact that Dwan Mathis, I don't think is really ready to play football yet. I don't think he's ready to play quarterback yet. As athletic as he is, I don't think he has great pocket presence. Even in relief, he has this idea to take off and run too much, and he's not ready to throw on time right now. And of course, he's got to drop balls too when he was out there. It's not like he just was out there by himself just fucking up. That wasn't the case. I mean, he just didn't play well, and the receivers didn't play well with him. There was no continuity to the offense. Sometimes when you go through and you have talent, that doesn't mean you're the best fit for a team. Having talent doesn't make you the best fit for a team. Sometimes you just chemistry matters in team sports. Stetson Bennett is actually a lot more talented than I thought. I actually felt like he should have been the starter over Jake Fromm last year. I did not agree with Jake Fromm making it through the year as a starter. I just didn't. I think that he got a lot out of his talent. But I think his talent had a limit. And I actually think Stetson Bennett was just a better player. I said that last year. I know a lot of guys always say, well, you know, the backup is always the best player on the team. He always the one. I know a lot of people that said that, but I honestly felt like that. And I felt like that since Jake Fromm was there. I felt like Jake Fromm was a better quarterback than Jacob Eason. I also felt like Justin Fields was a better quarterback than Jake Fromm, which he was. In which both cases it was right. They were. I also feel like Stetson Bennett is better than Jake Fromm, which I think he is. Will he have the same type of success that Jake Fromm had? I don't know. What I do know is that Stetson Bennett doesn't have Sonny Michel and Nick Chubb on one side, and he doesn't have Roquan Smith on the other side. So I do know that. But Stetson Bennett has an opportunity to do something that neither one of those guys did. Jake Fromm had an opportunity, and I honestly think that we should have won that national championship. I think that we got cheated on several plays. There's several videos up about all the bad calls that made the block punt, the no call on the unnecessary roughness after the play on Jake Fromm, the face mask on DeAndre Swift, the pass interference penalties, just the illegal blocking the backs on the run from Tua. Just a whole handful of plays. It's like 9 or 10 plays where they just for Georgia, the refs swallowed their whistle. For fucking Alabama, they just decided they was gonna blow the whistle on everything that happened. So I do feel like Jake Fromm had played well enough to be able to win that game. So I'm not trying to take that part away from him. I just don't think he's the more talented player, and I think it showed last year. I think it showed last year. But this defense looks like it could be. It looks like it could be one of those